Hello everyone. So yesterday we have finished with the first chapter of Science 1, that is gravitation. Today we are going to do the numericals. Before entering into the numericals, you should be familiar with the formulas which are there in the chapter. Okay. So these are the formulas. You are supposed to write them in your notebook and learn it. Okay. I will explain what are the different formulas. The first formula is Kepler's third law. T square is directly proportional to R cube, where T is the time of revolution. Do you remember? T is the time of revolution and R is the mean distance of the planet from the sun. Okay, so T square is directly proportional to R cube. One numerical based on this we had done in the last lecture, if you remember. Now the next one is gravitational force between the two bodies. Gravitational force between the two bodies, F is equal to G m1 m2 upon R square, or F is equal to G mm upon R square. Both are the same. What does F stand for? F stand for gravitational force here. Okay, and where m is the mass of the earth, what is the value of mass of the earth? It is 6 into 10 raised to 24 kg. M is mass of the object, radius of the earth, which is 6.4 into 10 raised to 6 meters, and G is gravitational constant, that is 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 6, 10 raised to minus 11 Newton meter square kg raised to minus 2. Okay. Now this equation, there is only one difference between these two. Here they have taken it as M1 and here they have taken it as capital M, because it represents mass of the earth. That is why. Here M1 and M2, these are the masses of any two bodies. Okay, any two bodies. So there is gravitational force of attraction between any two bodies. So M1 and M2 are the masses of two different bodies. Here capital M and capital M, small m, are also the masses of two different bodies. Okay, here R, capital R, because it is radius of the earth or radius of the planet, and here it is small r because it is just the difference between any two objects. Okay. Next is G is equal to Fr square upon Gmm. G is equal to Fr square by cross multiplying Fr square upon Gmm. Acceleration due to gravity, G is equal to Gm upon R square. We had derived this equation where small g stand for acceleration due to gravity, capital G is gravitational constant, capital M is mass of the earth, capital R is radius of the earth. Okay, if it is another planet, then this will be mass of that planet and this will be radius of that planet and this will be acceleration due to gravity of that planet. Okay, now kinematical equations of motion. We are having three kinematical equations of motion. V is equal to U plus GT, S is equal to UT plus half GT square, V square is equal to U square plus 2AS. Okay, or instead of 2AS you can write it as 2GS, isn't it? So because these are kinematical equation of motion of a freely falling body or an upward going body. Now V is equal to final velocity, U is initial velocity, S is the distance or the height, and G is acceleration due to gravity, and T is the time. Now you have to remember, for an upward motion G has to be taken as negative and final velocity is 0. I had discussed this earlier also. Now if this is the surface of the earth, if an object is going up, its final velocity is equal to 0 and G is negative. When an object is coming down, its initial velocity equal to 0 and G is positive. This you have to remember while doing the numericals in this chapter. Now gravitational potential energy is equal to minus Gmm upon R plus H. There is no any numerical based on this equation, but you may remember it, we may learn it because it could be asked as an objective question. Escape velocity of a body, V escape, is equal to root of 2 Gm upon R where G stand for gravitational constant, M is mass of the planet or whatever object for which we are calculating, and R is the radius. And what is V escape? Another equation is V escape is equal to root of 2gr, where G stand for acceleration due to gravity on that planet and R stand for radius on that planet. Okay. So these are the formulas. We are having numericals based on these formulas only. Okay, and if you learn the numericals, learn means you may practice it, do it again and again and practice, and the numericals from the textbook are only asked. Okay, no any other questions from outside are asked in the board papers, so you don't worry about the numericals. You may do it again and again and learn the numericals. Okay, learn means practice it. Okay, now we may move on to the first question. Before that, you may copy this. Okay, these are the next two numericals. The first one, I will read out the first question. An object takes 5 seconds to reach the ground from a height of 5 meters on a planet. What is the value of G on that planet? Okay, now it is reaching the ground. That means it is falling downwards. It is falling downwards means the initial velocity is 0. From the question itself, you should understand whether the object is falling or going up. If the object is going up, then the final velocity is 0. If the object is coming down, then the initial velocity is 0. Okay, so here the object is coming down, so initial velocity is 0. So you see, time they have given as 5 seconds. Height or distance they have given as 5 meter. Initial velocity u is equal to 0. Now you have to find out the gravitational acceleration. Now while doing numericals, you should be seeing what has been given. First see what all values have been given. From the values which have been given, you may decide which equation to use. Here you may see they have given t, they have given s, they have given u. Okay, and you have to find out g. So all these three are there in the second equation of motion. So we will take the second equation of motion. Okay, so s is equal to ut plus half gt square. By calculating 5 instead of s, 5, u into t, that is 0 into 5, half into g into 5 square. This 5 square is 25, 25 upon 2g. This will come to 0 and the 5 is there itself. So therefore, cross multiplying, you will get it as 10 is equal to 25g. So therefore, g is equal to 10 upon 25 or 2 upon 5, or it is 0.4 meter per second square. This is a frequently asked question because it is comparatively easier. Okay, so you may note this question in your textbook and learn accordingly. So this is the first numerical. Okay, now we may move on to the next. The radius of a planet A is half the radius of planet B. If the mass of A is ma, what must be the mass of B so that the value of G on B is half that of its value on A? Okay, some points have been given in that. Now here for planet A, they have given two planets, planet A and planet B. You have to find out the mass of planet B compared to that of planet A. Okay, so for planet A, mass we may take it as ma, radius we may take it as ra. They have given in the question that it is half of the radius of B. Okay, so ra is equal to rb upon 2. Okay, now ga, that is acceleration. Ga is equal to, what is the equation to find out g? G is equal to gm upon r square. So ga is equal to gma upon ra square. That I have taken it as the first equation. Okay, now for planet B, mass we may take it as mb, radius we may take it as rb, and gb is equal to j upon 2, which has been given. In the question, there is a statement that acceleration due to gravity on B is half of that on A. Okay, so GB is equal to GA upon 2. So acceleration, this is acceleration. GB is equal to GMB upon RB square. Why? Because the equation G is equal to GM upon R square. Okay, so these are the two equations, 1 and 2. Now what to do with that? Dividing 1 by 2. GA upon GB. The left hand side GA upon GB. Okay, GA upon GB is equal to GMA upon RA square. You may see there the right hand side upon divided by GMB upon RB square. Now when you have a point, the symbol divided by, you may when you convert it into multiply, you have to take the inverse. Okay, so you have taken the inverse here, inverse of this RB square upon GMB. G and G is getting cancelled. What is remaining? MA into RB square upon RB upon 2 the whole square instead of RA square. Why I have taken? Because RA is equal to RB upon 2. So instead of RA square, I have taken RB upon 2 the whole square into MB. So this becomes MA into RB square into this 4, this 2 square, the 4 will come up and it will become here, yes, the numerator. So RB square into MB. I will show it. So this 2, I will show one equation here, MA into RB square, okay, upon RB upon 4 into MB. This 4, it will come here, okay, and that, so I have written that 4 here, okay. Now GA upon 2, you may see GB is equal to GA upon 2. So instead of GB, I have taken GA upon 2. So this 2 also will go up. This GA will get cancelled and you will get that 2 is equal to 4 MA upon MB. Okay, and therefore 2 MB, cross multiplying, 2 MB is equal to 4 MA. So MB is equal to 4 upon 2 MA. So MB is equal to 2 MA. You may see the answer. That means the mass of planet B, okay, mass of the object B is twice the mass of A. That is the relation. Okay, you may copy this and do it in your notebooks. Okay. Okay, these are the next two numericals. The question is, third question, the mass and weight of an object on earth are 5 kg and 49 Newton respectively. What will be their values on the moon? Assume that the acceleration due to gravity on the moon is 1 upon 6th of that of the earth. Now you know that the mass of an object always remains the same. It is not changing. It never changes. It is always constant. What is mass? The quantity of matter present in an object. The quantity of matter present in an object is called as mass. And what is weight? Weight is the force with which the earth is attracting the object towards itself. We know that the equation to find out weight is W is equal to mg. So we will see mass on earth is equal to 5 kg. Weight on earth WE is equal to 49 Newton. This has been given. Acceleration due to gravity on moon is 1 upon 6th of that of the earth. That is also given in the question. If this is 1 upon 6th, then G on moon, okay, G on moon will be equal to G on earth upon 6. Okay, G on moon will be equal to G on earth upon 6. G on earth is, we take it as 9.8. We don't take it as 10 unless and until it has been given in the question. If you have been provided the value of G is 10, then only you have to take the value as 10. Otherwise, you have to take the value as 9.8. Okay. So here 9.8 upon 6 will give you 1.63 meter per second square. So what is the value of G on the surface of moon? It is 1.63 meter per second square. So Now mass on the moon is equal to 5 kg itself. What they have asked to find out? They have asked to find out the values on the moon. What will be the mass on moon? Mass on moon will be 5 kg. Here also it is 5 kg. Here also it is 5 kg. Why? Because it is always constant. What happens to weight? Weight on moon Wm is equal to m into gm. And what is gm? It is 1.63. So 5 into 1.63 will be 8.17 Newton. Okay, even this is a frequently asked question. Okay, very frequently asked question. It is easier one. Now the next question is D. An object thrown vertically upwards reaches a height of 500 meter. What was its initial velocity? How long will the object take to come back to the earth? Assume g is equal to 10 meter per second square. So as I told you earlier, you have been provided g is equal to 10 meter per second square here. Then only you have to take the value of g as 10. Now here the object is going up and coming down. Now as the object is going up, the initial velocity, the final velocity will be 0. Given height, they have given as 500 meter. G, I have taken it as negative. You may notice that I have taken it as negative. Why I have taken it as negative? Because the object is going up, it is going against the acceleration due to gravity, and v is equal to 0. We know that when an object is going up, its final velocity is 0. Okay. So find the initial velocity. With the equation we are having s, we are having g, we are having v, and you have to find out what? You have to find out u. So we will use the third equation of motion. So v square is equal to u square plus 2as. That is the third equation of motion. So v square is equal to u square plus minus 2gs. Why I have taken it minus here? Because g is taken to be negative. Okay. Now therefore 0 is equal to u square plus minus 2gs. Now this u square, if you take towards the left hand side, it will become minus u square is equal to minus 2gs, or cancelling the minuses, you will get u square is equal to 2gs. Now you may substitute the values. U square is equal to 2 into g, you have to take it as 10, and it is 500. Okay. Now where did this minus go? The minus has got cancelled. So it will be 2 into minus 10 into, so 2 into 10 into 500. So it is 10,000. You have to find out the square root. So the value of u will be 100 meter per second. Is it correct? Yes, it is correct. It is 100 meter per second. Now to find out the time taken, we have to use either the first equation or the second equation. Now whether to use the first equation or to use the second equation, we need u. Understood? So either by putting the value of u, or for to make the calculation easier, we consider the downward motion. So considering the downward motion, u is equal to 0 and g is positive. Okay. So s is equal to ut plus half gt square. S is equal to 0 into t plus half into 10 into t square. Okay. So 500 is equal to 5t square. T square is equal to 500 upon 5, that is equal to 100. Therefore t is equal to root of 100, that is 10 seconds. Okay. So for coming down, the time taken is 10 seconds. And what is the time taken to go up? It is 10 seconds only. The time taken to go up and the time taken to come down is the same. So by considering both the times, total time is equal to 2 into 10, that is 20 seconds. Okay. Even this is a 3-mark question which is asked. You may copy it in your notebook. Okay. The next two numericals. The first one, that is E. A ball falls off a table and reaches the ground in 1 second. Assuming g is equal to 10 meter per second square, calculate its speed on reaching the ground and height of the table. Okay. Now you may note in the question that the ball is falling. So it is a downward motion. So for a downward motion, u is equal to 0 and g you have to take as positive. Okay. So here given initial velocity is equal to 0 because the object is falling, and g is equal to 10 meter per second square. I have taken it as positive. Now t is equal to 1 second. First you have to find the height. Okay, that is the distance, that is s. With the equation, you have u, you have g, you have t. So you may take the second equation. Whenever you do a numerical, first all the formulas should be there in your mind, and you have to see whether it is an upward motion or a downward motion and use the three laws of motion. Okay, the three equations of motion accordingly. Now here s is equal to ut plus half gt square. S is equal to u is 0, t is 1, half, g is 10 and t square. Now calculating, 2 and 10 will get cancelled, it will become 5. 2 and 10 will get cancelled to get 5, and so the answer will be 5. Okay. Now the next final velocity v square is equal to u square plus 2gs. V square is equal to 0 square plus 2 into 10 into 5. So v square is equal to 100. Therefore v is equal to 100, that is 10 meter per second. You may do it with the first equation also. You try it. Okay. Now this is the first question. Now the next question is, the masses of the earth and the moon are 6 into 10 raised to 24 kg and 7.4 into 10 raised to 22 kg respectively. The distance between them is 3.84 into 10 raised to 5 kilometer. Calculate the gravitational force of attraction between the two. First of all, you may notice that one of the values have been given in kilometers. The distance they have given in kilometer, that you have to convert into meters. Okay, either all the values should be in meter, or all the values should be in kilometer, or all the values should be in centimeter. Here you may see this is kilogram, this should be in meter according to MKS system, that is meter kilogram second. Okay, so according to that you have to convert the distance 3.84 into 10 raised to 5 kilometer into 3.84 into 10 raised to 8 meter. How this 5 became 8? Because 1 kilometer is 1000 meter and 1000 is 10 raised to 3. So you have to add that 10 raised to 3. So it will become 10 raised to 8. Okay. So mass of earth has been given, mass of moon has been given, distance have been given, g you know. You have to find out the gravitational force of attraction. Now to find the gravitational force, the equation is F is equal to g m upon r square. You may use the other equation also. F is equal to g m1 m2 upon r square. The equation is the same. Now here the mass of earth, mass of moon upon distance square. Mass of earth is 6.67, sorry, the g is 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 11. Mass of earth is 6 into 10 raised to 24. Mass of moon is 7.4 into 10 raised to 22. Okay. Now and upon 3.84 into 10 raised to 8 the whole square. Now I am taking the numbers separate and the powers, that is 10 raised to powers, separate. So that is the way of calculating, easier calculation. It becomes, so 6.67 into 6 into 7.4 I have taken, 3.84 into 3.84. This you have to calculate. You won't be provided with calculators. Okay. You should be able to do the multiplication and calculate divisions on your own. This is the multiplication and division part. This much calculation you have to do. Now into the powers separate, I have taken 10 raised to minus 11 into 10 raised to 24 into 10 raised to 22 upon 10 raised to 8 into 2, that is 16. Okay. Now this calculation you will get it as 297.48 upon 14.74. You may calculate and see. And this calculation, minus 11 plus 24, that will be 13. 13 plus 22, that will give you 35 and 10 raised to 16. That answer, when you calculate this and this, you are getting it as 20.18 into 10 raised to 19. Now, as earlier I had told you, in physics there is a practice of writing only one digit and the others you have to put into decimals. Okay. Now here, if you have to put into decimals, the point is here, the point you have to bring here, 2 point. You need 2 point. So you have to move one digit towards the left. Okay, one digit towards the left. Now when you move one digit towards the left, here 1 0 rises. Understood? That means how? I will show you this. The calculation is actually 20.18. You have to this 20.18 into 10 raised to 19. You have to move the point towards the left. Okay, if you have to move the point towards the left, you have to divide it by 10. Okay, divide it by 10. If you divide it by 10, you have to multiply it with 10 also. Okay, now here when you divide it by 10, the number becomes 2.018. And what does this become? It becomes into 10 raised to 20. Okay, this is how it comes. And you have to remember that when you have to take the point towards the left, then here the number increases, and when you have to take the number towards the right, then the number here decreases. Okay, this is an easier method. So this answer, it becomes 2.01 into 10 raised to 20, or this approximately it is 2 into 10 raised to 20 Newton. Okay, hope you have understood this calculation. It is very important. This question is asked sometimes in schools. Okay, so be ready with it. You may copy it. Okay, now the last question. The mass of the earth is 6 into 10 raised to 24 kg. The distance between the earth and the sun is 1.5 into 10 raised to 11 meter. If the gravitational force between the two is 3.5 into 10 raised to 22 Newton, what is the mass of the sun? Okay, so the difference between earth and sun, mass of the earth, mass of the sun. The distance between the earth and the sun is 1.5 into 10 raised to 11 meter. You have to find out the mass of the sun. Okay, again the equation is the same. You have to substitute the values. Mass of the earth they have given as 6 into 10 raised to 24 kg. This you have to learn. Gravitational force F is equal to 3.5 into 10 raised to 22 Newton. Distance is 1.5 into 10 raised to 11 meter. Gravitational constant is this. Okay, we know the value of gravitational constant. Now what is the equation to find out? F is equal to gmm, that is mass of earth. It should be E. Okay, so mass of earth up and mass of sun upon Re square. But you have to find out the mass of sun, so cross multiplying you will get it as Fr square upon G and M of earth. Okay, so it will be 3.5 into 10 raised to 22, that is F. 1.5 into 10 raised to 11 the whole square, distance square R square, so whole square, and G and mass of earth. Okay, now you have to take the numbers separate and the powers separate. So 6.67 into 1.5 into 1.5. Why I wrote 1.5 twice? Because you have to find out the square of 1.5. Okay, so it is to make the calculation easier, nothing else, you have to multiply anyway. Now 6.67 into 6. Okay, I have taken the numbers separate. Now 10 raised to power separate. So 10 raised to 22 into 10 raised to 22. This 10 raised to 22 and this 10 raised to 22 upon 10 raised to minus 11 into 10 raised to 24. Okay, so it will become 7.875 upon 40.2. This you have to multiply, this you have to multiply and see. Okay, if you are able to calculate, then you may calculate. Here it is not 6.67, it is 3.5. Okay, here it is 3.5, that 3.5 is here. So it is 3.5 into 1.5 into 1.5 upon 6.67 into 6. Okay, whatever you can cancel, you may cancel. And this you may calculate. You will get this as 10 raised to 44 upon 10 raised to 13. This value you are getting it as 0.195 and this value you are getting it as 10 raised to 31. Now again in physics there is a practice of writing with one digit, okay, and the others in decimals. So here you have to move the point towards the right. When you move the point towards the right, this will decrease, and when you move the point towards the left, this power will increase. You may notice that. Now 1.95 into 10 raised to 30 kg, that is the mass of the sun. Okay, so these are the numericals. In this chapter there are several numericals. While doing all these lectures, I have mentioned which questions are generally asked. Okay, now the Mahendra Wala question example 1, it is very frequently asked. Okay, and there was one question of tennis ball and iron ball or so. Okay, I don't remember now the question, but those questions are equally important, and the exercise questions. Okay, in the exercise questions, these last two questions are less asked, but they could be asked. Understood? You may practice all the numericals and the derivations. There are some derivations in this chapter. The derivations are equally important. The derivation of escape velocity, the derivation of acceleration due to gravity, and the derivation of universal law of gravitation. Okay, all these derivations are also there. So these all questions you have to write and learn. Write in your notebook and learn accordingly. Okay, thank you.